So today I have some errands to run. My mother, my uncle, my nephew, and of course Brett, we're all going on the road, but we're going to the zoo and we're going to take you along. And I may be doing a voiceover because I want to talk to you about how pride, ego, and embarrassment is holding a lot of us back. So that may be the voiceover on this, but I'm going to take you along. I also got bit yesterday. You probably can't see that my eye is swollen, but anyway, I was bit by a wasp while I was watering our garden. So I'm gonna go to the pharmacy and see if I can fix that up and do some little shopping with my uncle. So I'm taking you along for the journey. And like I said, this topic that I'm so passionate about because I talk to so many people, and when I dig deep into why they haven't achieved their greatest aspirations, I realize that it boils down to pride, to them being embarrassed or worried more about what people think or what people have to say than what they're capable of, which obviously limits their potential. So I want to discuss that topic while we're on the go. So come along with me. Today's video is a little different. I'll be sharing a powerful excerpt from my book, No Regrets, Just Lessons. And the topic is one that hits home for so many of us: how pride, shame, ego, and embarrassment can quietly hold us back from living the life we actually want and achieving our greatest aspirations. And just so you know, I'll be narrating this using my AI voice clone while shopping, visiting Hope Gardens and the zoo, and dining out with my family. Because this isn't just theory, it's real life, and I want this message to meet you right in the middle of yours. Let's start with the excerpt from my book. It is always better to lose your pride while pursuing your goals and dreams than to lose your goals and dreams because of useless, foolish pride. In pursuit of your dreams, never allow thoughts of failure to stop you from reaching them. Never let your pride and ego limit your means to achieving them, and never allow those around you to discourage you from pursuing them. Let me ask you something. Is embarrassment silently dictating your life choices? Are you constantly worried about what others will think, so much so that you avoid doing the very things that could change your life? If yes, you're not alone. But you are living in what I believe is the biggest prison on earth, the prison of other people's opinions. Let's get into the 5 truths that will help you break free from the prison of shame and reclaim your power to achieve success. Truth 1, shame is not your natural state, it was taught to you. You were not born with shame. You were born free, free to express, free to explore, free to be seen. As children, we are unapologetically ourselves. We dance even when there's no music. We laugh loud. We speak without overthinking. We sing at the top of our lungs even if we're off key. And we do it all with zero concern for who's watching. So, what changed? At some point, someone taught you that being seen was dangerous, that being loud was too much, that being bold was unladylike, unprofessional, or embarrassing. And just like that, you began to shrink, not because you wanted to, but because you were trained to. Picture a little girl twirling freely in the supermarket aisle, her arms open wide, singing her heart out. She isn't worried about looking silly. She's just alive in the moment. Then suddenly an adult snaps, "Stop that! People are watching!" The twirling stops, her shoulders drop, her voice fades, and in that moment, joy is replaced with self-consciousness. That is the birth of shame. Let's evaluate this scenario. You're in a business meeting or maybe a social gathering. You have something valuable to share, something that could shift the entire conversation. But you pause, not because you're unsure, not because it's not a good idea, but because of that little voice in your head that says, "What if I sound stupid? What if they look at me funny?" That hesitation, that fear of being judged, that's learned shame holding you back. Action steps to break free. Step 1, reflect on where your shame began. Who made you feel like you had to hide or tone yourself down? Was it a parent who told you to stop dreaming so big? A teacher who shamed you for speaking out? A friend who laughed when you showed up fully as yourself? Write it down. Own it. Release it. Step 2, reintroduce play and self-expression into your life in small but meaningful ways. Sing in the shower, dance while you cook, wear bold colors, post your thoughts online, start saying what you really mean, even if your voice shakes. Let joy become a habit again. Not a performance, not a reward, but a right. Step 3, audit your circle. Ask yourself, do I feel safe being my full self around these people? If not, it's time to find community that celebrates authenticity over appearance, substance over silence, truth over image. Shame was taught to you, which means it can be unlearned. You are not too much. You are not too loud or too emotional or too ambitious. You are not wrong for wanting to be seen, heard, and felt. You are enough. You always were. This is your reminder to unlearn what dimmed your light, because the world doesn't need a quieter version of you. It needs the real you, unapologetically free. Truth 2. Your mistakes are part of you, but they do not define you. Every one of us has made mistakes, some public, some private, some we can laugh about now, and others that still make us cringe a little when we think about them. But here's the danger. Shame wants you to believe that your mistakes are your identity. It whispers, because you failed, you're a failure. Because you were rejected, you're unworthy. Because you messed up once, you can never be trusted again. That is a lie. A mistake is an event, not a definition. As an example, let's say you started a business and it failed. Maybe you lost money, maybe you lost confidence, but instead of saying that business failed, you start saying, I am a failure. And just like that, one event rewrites your entire self-worth. But here's the truth. Failure is just feedback. It's data. It's redirection, not disqualification. Let's talk numbers. Let's say you spend just 30 minutes a day thinking about something you regret, something you're ashamed of, or something you wish you had done differently. Now multiply that by 365 days in a year. That's 10,950 minutes or 182 and a half hours. That's over 7 full days of your life every year spent replaying pain that's already in the past. Imagine what you could do with that time, what you could build, who you could become. Here are some actions you can take to reclaim your power. Step 1, write down one mistake that still haunts you. Then underneath it, write down 3 things you learned from it. This transforms the moment from failure into wisdom. Step 2, practice self-forgiveness as a discipline. Say it out loud. I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. Repeat it until your body believes it. Step 3, stop rehearsing your mistakes in your mind. When the thought shows up, interrupt it with a pattern breaker. Go for a walk. Recite a new truth, or call someone who reminds you of your growth. In summary, you are not your worst moment. You are not your past decisions. You are not broken. You are becoming. Mistakes are part of the process, but they should never be the reason you stay stuck. Your future deserves the healed version of you, not the one still punishing yourself for being human. So starting today, set down the weight of shame, because you're not meant to carry it forever. Truth 3, other people's opinions are not facts, they're projections. Let's be real. Most of us aren't living the lives we want. We're living the lives we think will keep us safe from judgment. We edit ourselves, filter our personalities, and shrink our dreams, not because we lack courage, but because we fear what people will say. But let me say this clearly. Other people's opinions are not facts. They're reflections, they're projections, they're filtered through someone else's fear, insecurity, upbringing, and worldview. And most of the time, they have nothing to do with you. Example, you decide to start a YouTube channel. You're excited. You've got something important to say. But the moment you tell someone, they roll their eyes, they smirk, they say, everyone's doing that now. Who's really going to listen to you? And suddenly, your energy drops, your excitement fades, you begin to question yourself, not because your idea changed, but because someone else's limitation just got louder than your intuition. But fast forward 6 months, you grow an audience, you build a brand, you start earning income from your passion, and those same people, they now say, I always knew you had something. Or worse, I remember when you started. That's how quickly opinions shift. Action steps to take back your power. Step 1, evaluate the source. Ask yourself, is this person living a life I admire? Do they have the fruit I'm trying to grow? If the answer is no, why give their opinion power over your future? Step 2, give yourself permission out loud. Write this, say this, believe this. I give myself permission to pursue what I want, even if they don't understand it yet, because your purpose was never meant to make sense to everyone. Step 3, build quiet confidence. Do things without telling the crowd. Create behind the scenes. Let results speak louder than approval. Let consistency replace applause. Every time you choose your vision over their validation, you grow your self-trust muscle. And that is the foundation of unshakable confidence. In summary, if someone's opinion has the power to stop you, then you've handed them a key to your life they were never meant to hold. You don't need to be understood by everyone. You need to be authentic to yourself. The people who mock your beginning may one day quote your breakthrough, and those who doubt your calling may eventually wish they had followed your path. But whether they clap or not, you must keep moving. Your dream is not a democracy. Your purpose is not a popularity contest. It is yours, and that is more than enough. Truth 4, shame is the greatest obstacle to personal freedom. You can have all the talent in the world, all the vision, all the resources, even the right connections. But if shame lives inside your mind, it will stop you from ever using them. Because shame doesn't just make you feel bad, it makes you feel unworthy. It whispers, you're not good enough, you're too damaged. If they knew the real you, they'd walk away. And unlike guilt, which says I did something wrong, shame says there's something wrong with me. And that belief is what cages your potential. As an example, imagine someone who survived something difficult, abuse, addiction, depression, or even bankruptcy. They've overcome it. They've grown from it. Their story could inspire thousands, but they stay silent because shame says, don't talk about that. People will judge you. They'll never see you the same again. And so that story, the one that could heal, lead, or free others, gets buried. That's what shame does. It doesn't just silence you, it suffocates your purpose. Ask yourself this: what dream have I delayed? Not because I'm unprepared, but because I'm ashamed. That answer, that's where your freedom is hiding. Action steps to reclaim your freedom. Step 1, say the shame out loud or write it down, because shame thrives in silence. And the moment you name it, you start to disarm it. You can't heal what you hide, but you can heal what you're willing to face. Step 2, share your story in safe spaces. Start with someone you trust, a friend, a mentor, a journal. Every time you speak your truth, you remind yourself that being vulnerable does not equal being weak. It equals being whole. Step 3, turn your shame into strength. Whatever you've been through, that is not your disqualification. It's your qualification. It means you've survived. It means you've seen the dark and chose to chase light. Own it, because someone out there is waiting to heal from the parts of you you're still hiding. In summary, shame is like an invisible leash. You move, but never too far. You speak, but never too loudly. You live, but never fully. But what if the very thing you're hiding is the thing that could unlock your next level? What if your shame story is someone else's survival manual? You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You don't need to be spotless to be seen. You just need to be willing to show up as you are, because freedom doesn't come from hiding your scars. It comes from owning them. So today, open the cage, step out, tell the truth, and let the shame fall behind you. It was never yours to carry anyway. Truth 5, you deserve success without struggle, shame, or apology. Somewhere along the way, we were taught that in order to receive good things, we have to suffer first, that we must struggle to earn success. That joy must be justified, that if life feels too easy, we should feel guilty or unworthy. But I want to tell you something that might feel radical. You don't have to suffer to be worthy. You don't have to explain your success or apologize for wanting more. You were born deserving before the work, before the wins, before the world taught you to question your own enoughness. As an example, think about someone who upgrades their lifestyle. They move into a better home, they start dressing differently, they travel more, they share their wins with joy. And suddenly, people start whispering, must be nice. They're acting brand new. They've changed. But the truth is, you're supposed to change. You're supposed to evolve. You're supposed to want more. But instead of celebrating, many people shrink. They tone it down. They lead with disclaimers. I just got lucky. It's not that deep, but it is that deep. And your success deserves to be seen. Consider this scenario. You're offered an opportunity you've always wanted, a raise, a promotion, a creative collaboration, or a chance to step into the spotlight. And instead of leaning in, you hesitate because that inner voice says, you're not ready. You didn't earn this. What will people think? So you say no, or you say yes, and then sabotage it because somewhere inside you still believe that joy must be paid for in pain. But here's the truth. You can want ease and you can have it. A quick reality check. Let's say you finally earn more, or work less, or find a rhythm that feels peaceful and profitable. You're in flow, you're aligned, but suddenly guilt creeps in. You think of others who are still struggling, and instead of owning your joy, you hide it. But what if your peace isn't privilege? It's proof. Proof that it's possible, proof that ease is available, proof that success doesn't have to hurt. Action steps to embrace success without apology. Step 1, audit your beliefs around success. Ask yourself, well, what was I taught about money, rest, or ambition? Do I believe success has to be hard to be real? Then challenge that belief and rewrite it. Step 2, celebrate boldly. When something good happens, share it with your people, with yourself, not for validation, but for normalization. Make joy your baseline, not your exception. Step 3, learn to receive without guilt, without over-explaining, without shrinking. Say, I receive this with gratitude because I am worthy of good things. Say it again and again until your nervous system believes it. In summary, you don't have to prove yourself through exhaustion. You don't need permission to want more, and you don't have to shrink to make others feel comfortable. Your dream is valid. Your success is sacred. Your light is not too much. It's needed. So stop apologizing. Stop waiting for a struggle to justify your breakthrough. You deserve a life that feels free, not just one that looks successful on the outside. You are allowed to want more, to receive more, to become more. No shame, no guilt, no apology, just grace, just growth, just greatness.